Do you know you can retain top talent in your team? You can have people work in your sales team and produce results. This is not luck. Yesterday, somebody on social media sent me a message. The person said, "Sir, but selling is about luck." Now, this is not luck. I had to Google this morning. Are there gambling trainers? Because luck is like gambling. Are there specialists on training people how to gamble successfully? To my surprise, I think I found something related to that, but not directly. So what I'm trying to tell you is that these things are predictable. Selling is a science because you can predict the outcome. And in this video, I'm going to conclude this three-part series on how to hire successfully such that you onboard them, train them, and they can be able to stay in your organization for a longer period. This would help your people become motivated intrinsically and help them deliver results exceptionally. My name is Iyore. I've trained over 24,000 salespeople across 5 countries: Nigeria, Ghana, USA, UAE, Rwanda. I'm an author of several books and resources on sales, and I'm featured on a lot of media platforms to talk about successful selling. I worked at an organization where I was going to target to sell to 20 HNIs, and I was able to bring in 21 HNIs in a single month. I also participated in a sales competition where I won, and I was sent for the World Cup and all expense paid trip. I also grew a portfolio by over 100% in another organization in just 11 months. I'm CEO for Advantage, and our specialty is in Salesforce management. How do you like that for an introduction? Very quick. And in Salesforce management, we work with our organizations, with the CEOs, to optimize their sales teams so that they can get results quickly and in record time. And that's why, based on my experience, I can show you so many things now that can help you onboard salespeople successfully. There is one industry I know in this country that has gotten onboarding right, and that's the financial institutions, the banks. When you work in a bank, the onboarding is so thorough. I remember meeting one of my classmates from school who was a branch manager. Not classmates, but he was a senior in school anyway. So I met him in the banking industry, and he was a branch manager. He was doing so well. He had a strong reputation of exceptionalism. Today, he's a director in another bank. Now, when I met him in the former bank where I was working, I asked him, I said, "How did you learn this thing so fast? What made you so exceptional?" He mentioned the bank he was working in before he joined the bank where we met. He said in that bank, the onboarding was so thorough. It was long, thorough, intense. He said that established him forever. Have you seen people who enter university and they are struggling to pass GNS 101 or MSS, Maths 101, all those basic courses? They are struggling. Why? Because their foundation from primary school, maybe even to early secondary school, was a problem. So if you don't onboard people correctly and they don't have a solid foundation, for them to deliver results, it will be hard. And most times when people have already entered the system and you now want to go take them back to go and re-onboard them, they are already formed. So it will be difficult for the onboarding to work. Or like when they come innocently, their minds are open because they don't know anything about what's about to happen in this organization, and they are ready to receive and learn from you. Now, to my next point, role playing. And role playing has to do with training on existing sales scripts. We're looking at do you have, you see, for your onboarding to be successful, ladies and gentlemen, there has to be some level of structure. There has to be some structure. This means you already need to have a process and a system in your organization. If you don't yet have a proper sales system, sales process, a sales operational structure, and you're trying to onboard people into a system that's not yet established, it's not going to work effectively. For example, look at role play now. For you to be able to role play effectively, you need to have existing sales scripts they can mirror. Objection handling tips they can use to mirror. So that this can help them develop their sales skills faster. I remember many years ago, there was a bomb that happened somewhere there was a terrorist attack somewhere in the UK. And when they were interviewing the head of the police, and they said, tell us about this attack. Did it come to you like a surprise? He said, no, it didn't. Every morning we do role plays just to be able to demonstrate. He didn't use the exact word role play, but that was the idea. Every morning we do role plays just to be able to anticipate and see what it would look like if a bomb came up or attacked us. And based on our exercises every day, we just went straight into the role play. So we're ready and we're able to advertise and do what they needed to do. So role playing is so key. You want to train sales people to be able to sell successfully. It's not by talking. It's not by explaining the sales process. Demonstrate it. Demonstrate it. If you're the owner of the company and for some reason you don't even know how to sell yet to the highest level, or you put an HR in charge of the onboarding and she doesn't know how to sell, get 2 people who can sell. They don't have to be the managers. Just let them demonstrate for them your sales process. Show them how to get on the phone to make cold calls. Show them how to book meetings. Let them watch the senior guys get on the phone, make these calls, watch them do it. There are things that are taught, but the most powerful things are the ones that are caught. What does it mean by caught? Caught means you learn by observation. It comes to you through body language. Without you hearing anything, you observe it and you start to mimic that behavior. We become more like people we spend time with. If your salespeople in-house are already established salespeople who are doing well, meeting budgets, and you bring new people in, they will mimic them and start to produce results. But if your salespeople in-house are people who give excuses, they tend not to be able to meet budgets. For them, selling is luck. It's difficult for them. You will find out that when you bring in new people, they will mimic those other people. So you want to make sure that everything is balanced from within, as you also try to get people to come in to start to work with your sales team, so for your organization. Next point, shadowing and ride-alongs. When we talk about shadowing, think of a shadow. A shadow is close. Your shadow is close to you, right? Wherever it is. So in the same way, you want to have somebody who stands next to. Sometimes I go to the barber, and while I'm getting a haircut, I see somebody standing at the back while the guy is doing his work. So I can tell he's shadowing the barber, right? So in the same way, you want to have your salespeople, these new guys who are coming, shadow the experienced people who are on ground in the organization. Let it be a culture. I know that there are people who say things like, I walk alone. Nobody should follow me. Nobody should see me. It's not allowed. Working alone means that you don't have the interest. Any salesperson talking like that doesn't have the interest of the organization at heart. They're only thinking about themselves. That's why the vision of the organization must be planted in the heart of everybody. And that's why number one, my first point was the vision and the mission. So that everybody knows that, see, we are trying to grow a team. Our goal is to take over this industry, take over this nation, but we cannot do it alone. When Jesus came, his plan was to take over the whole world, but he couldn't do it alone. He raised disciples. So who are the people that your internal sales guys who are already having with you are raising? Give them these fresh guys so that they can shadow them and watch them as they do their work. So this means that even when they go out for meetings, let them join them for sales meetings and watch how they interact. My first experience in sales, ladies and gentlemen, when I just joined the sales organization, I was given what we call a body. I was to shadow him. I was to watch everything he was doing. When he went out for sales meetings, I watched the way he interacted. I watched how he walked. See, everything for me was new. I watched how he came out of the car. He didn't wear his jacket in the car. He removed his jacket when he got into the car. When he got out, he wore his jacket. He got upstairs. I saw the way he greeted people at the reception. I saw the way he made jokes with them. I watched everything till he got into the company, how he engaged clients, how they laughed and giggled most of the time as we were leaving. It was so dramatic and so lovely. I watched all these things, and it was because I had the opportunity to shadow someone. So somebody can come to your organization, they don't have any background in sales, no knowledge, and automatically they'll just know how to get these things done. Then during this onboarding as well, my next point, you will set the metrics and performance goals. This is point number 7. You set the metrics and performance goals. What are the targets? Have clear expectations. What targets do they have? If the target is 250 million, communicate it. Don't say things like, our target is so big, I don't want to make them scared. Let me not communicate it. Communicate it early, so that their hearts can start to eat the targets. You see, the heart must consume the target first before the body can do it. Courage is in the heart, so that they can build courageous muscle. Every content I shared during the onboarding must be around psychology, which helps you build capacity to enwrap and eat sales targets from within. It must be around selling skills, which shows you the mechanics and strategies on how to engage prospects. So don't only talk about selling and systems and processes, but you forget psychology. Because if you do selling, systems and processes, but psychology is not taken care of, no target to be met. If you only do psychology and they have the capacity, they're excited to go out and bust budgets, and they don't have the sales skills, the technology, and all the other things, the tools they require, then you find out that they'll burn out. They'll burn out. They will be so zealous, and all of a sudden, it will be like zeal without knowledge. Before long, you find out that they are no longer interested in wanting to work in your organization. And you wonder what happened. It's just that they feel like it's not working. They've done everything they can. Whereas they were not fully equipped. So equip them from both sides. So give them the metrics and performance goals. Don't also forget to discuss with them what the activity goals are. When we're looking at the activity goals, we're looking at how many calls are they supposed to make every day? How many meetings are they supposed to attend every day? How many proposals are they supposed to send every day? How many emails are they supposed to send every day? Have these metrics built out. If the activities are not right, the sales will not be right. So drive the activities so that the sales can be produced. There must be a driver. Every time we've gone to organizations to be able to help them optimize their sales teams, the organizations we had remarkable results. We don't really like to say things like it was because of us they sold. I am aware it's because of us to a large extent. I know, but you see, I am also aware that if these drivers were not present, we will not have produced results. Although the drivers were there before we came, so when we came, it's like we were a catalyst, and these drivers were able to push through to make sure that results were produced. How? By driving the activities. By driving the activities. Please don't forget to measure conversion rates as well. What's conversion rates? Conversion rates is every salesperson should be able to know. You should be able to know what every salesperson's conversion rate is. Hey, Shay, what's your conversion rate right now? Ikina, what's your conversion rate right now? Nike, what's your conversion rate right now? Everybody should know what everybody's conversion rate is. Conversion rate talks about the number of people they speak to before they make a sale. On the average, is it a 10 to 2? Is it a 5 to 1? You need to have an idea. Because if the conversion ratio drives activity, it also helps you drive improvement in their selling skills. Because somebody who started with a 10 to 1, for example, before long, it will be probably a 10 to 3, a 10 to 5, a 10 to 7. That shows that the person is growing and improving in their selling skills. Glory to God. Glory to God, because it's true. Glory to God, truly. Number 8, ongoing coaching and feedback. Now, regular coaching and feedback from experienced sales managers is key. And how do you get this done? Every morning, I come across managers who say things like they don't have meetings every day because they want their people to go out and sell. If you send soldiers to the field who don't know how to fight wars, they will all be killed. So it is better you don't send them out in a hurry so that you don't kill them. It's better you keep them in the training camp and get them ready and fit to fight, then they go out and they fight. So in the same way, don't just throw your people out there. Every morning, have meetings with them. When people are not producing results, increase the meetings. When sales results start to show, reduce the meetings. That's how it works. So increase the meetings. In your meeting, have an agenda. Now, we have a particular product called the Sales Manager's Toolkit. It's for sale. It's not free. If you're interested in getting one, you may need to send us an email. Right? Our email is in the description below. By the way, you can share this video with others right now if you haven't done that. We'll be closing shortly so that they can get to join us for this session. So practice ongoing coaching and feedback. My next point, access to sales enablement resources. Get these resources, give them playbooks, give them scorecards, give them things that they can use to enable them see. And okay, for example, I remember we have a particular playbook which we give our organizations. That playbook contains the elevator pitch for the salespeople, their qualifying questions, common objections they probably face and the answers to them. We do a competitor analysis which they use to be able to engage prospects who say things like, your price is too high. Then they use the competitor analysis to address price issues. We do weekly industry trades. We set them up to be able to have weekly industry trends presentations, where every Monday or Tuesday, 1 or 2 salespeople do a presentation to the entire team on the recent trends in the industry they are currently prospecting. This helps to build the knowledge base of your sales team. So make sure you give them access to sales enablement resources like this. And I mentioned one, which is a playbook, right? Or case studies are also part of it. There's something they call battle cards, which refers to a list of possibly Q&As, a snapshot of important things your people need to always have in mind when they go out for prospecting. So these enablement resources, these sales enablement resources are key to help your salespeople. Then number 10, regular progress meetings. From time to time, have what you call meetings where you gather, in-house meetings where you gather your new hires together to get progress and get feedback, to address any concerns that they may be having. It's so key. Don't send them into the organization and leave them there. Many years ago, I watched a documentary about a guy who joined a police department, right? Careful my words now. When he joined his police department, He had been trained. But by the time he got into the office, the guys he met said, oh, forget what they taught you in that academy. Let me show you the real thing and how we work here. He said he was so shocked, the kind of corruption he saw. So if you don't have regular progress meetings and feedback, you'll miss out on all these kind of things. Then you can experience these kind of things I've mentioned. Then finally, continuous learning and development. We have the Ultra Fancy Sales Academy.